Spain and globally. The US Navy ship Hospital, which is heading to dock in New York, the state's governor says the scale of coronavirus deaths is already staggering. And this conference centre in London has been transformed into a hospital in just 1 week. It will eventually accommodate up to 4,000 patients, expected to be of all ages.
We've been surprised by how many young people we're seeing and people who don't have other health conditions. And I think the messages that are coming out from government to young people that they're not invincible are really, really important.
A minute's silence is held in Madrid as Spain becomes the third nation in the world to confirm more virus cases than China. We'll also be live in Brazil as President Bolsonaro continues to play down the crisis and to flout social distancing. Hello, welcome to Outside Source. We're going to start by bringing you up to date with the latest coronavirus developments around the world. Globally, there are more than 770,000 confirmed cases of this virus. More than 36,000 people have lost their lives to it. 160,000 have recovered. Italy remains the worst affected country in Europe. The number of those infected is now more than 100,000. But there has been a sharp fall in new coronavirus cases, with 1,648 new patients diagnosed in the latest daily tally. That's less than half of Sunday's figure. However, more than 11,000 people have died. In Spain, a memorial has been held for victims of Covid-19. The number of people who have died in the country is now more than 7,300, up by more than 800 in the past 24 hours alone, with more registered cases than China. But 16,000 people have recovered. And the US is the country with the most cases now, with 156,000 people infected. Almost 3,000 people have died, more than 1,000 of those in New York State. More than 5,000 people have recovered. Now, you may recall that China actually went into lockdown just ahead of its New Year holiday, a time when millions of people would actually have been travelling around the country. It's a move that is widely credited with helping to limit a wider spread of this virus outside the worst affected areas. In the US, however, authorities declined to take similar measures before the spring break holiday. And this is why it matters. A company called Tectonic's GEO mapped the locations of mobile devices on a beach in Florida's Fort Lauderdale. That blue line is the beach, and here's where all those cases ended up. You can see they're spreading across the East Coast and central US. That's the impact that gathering on just one beach, could have on the spread of the virus throughout the country. So let's turn to the UK now, because the number of deaths has fallen for the second day running here. So let's bring up the figures. 180 people have died over the past day. Now this brings the death toll in Britain to more than 1,400. The number of confirmed cases stands at just over 22,000.